great lessons from the ordinary things of life. If you're watching MLP for the very first time, if this is your very first episode on MLP, Minute Lessons with Praisey is a program, is a platform where we draw great lessons from the ordinary things of life. We look at things as little as sipping a cup of coffee, a conversation with a friend, going on a journey, very relatable, normal circumstances that happen to us, and we draw great lessons from them, lessons you never expect. So, for the month of July, I announced last week that I would be drawing lessons from my personal story. Because you're family, I want to share my story with you, my personal story, and see how we can draw lessons from them, because all we do on this platform is learn and get better. So last week, I shared a very wonderful story with you on my constipation journey. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. The little things we take for granted. So this week, today, I want to share a story on how I went dumb. Yeah, how I went from singing and gisting and talking and shouting to baby, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, get ready to gist. So I intentionally titled this video Battlefield, and it's an inspiration I drew from popular American author and preacher Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer made a statement in one of her books. She said, your mind is a battlefield, and I quite agree with her. Your mind is a battlefield, my mind is a battlefield, our minds a battlefield. Now what do I mean? Few weeks ago, I talked about how the devil plants thoughts in your mind and then it eventually materializes. I'm still talking about how I went down, but I have to build, I have to give you like a little background and build something up. Let me just use this as the foundation. So your mind is a battlefield. I remember quite well, before I went dumb, I had been having thoughts and I have been embracing them. I've been having thoughts of myself going dumb, but as a matter of fact, I sat in front of a mirror one day and really practiced going dumb. So this is how it all happened. I went to school. I was 8 years old. 8 or 9. I think I was 8. I was 8 years old. I was in primary 6. I went to school. It was on a Friday. We always close by 1 p.m. on Fridays. So we closed from school and I still had little snack money on me. So I bought this particular biscuit that I can never forget in my life. The biscuit wasn't the cause of whatever happened to me, but I can never forget that day. I bought that biscuit, I drank water, I ate, I slept. I slept on the floor somewhere in school instead of going to my dad's office so he could take me home. So I slept off, and then I woke up. My friend woke me up and she was like, we're late. It was already 4 p.m. My dad would be waiting for me at the office. We had to come home quickly for rehearsals. The next Sunday was to be our children's convention, and as the sharp girl that I am now, talkative and all, I was smart, I was sharp, I was outspoken and all of that. So I was, doing many things in church that day. I was to do many things. First of all, I was to lead songs. I was to dance. I really don't know how to dance, but I was to partake in the choreography too. And then I was to be the child preacher for the day. So I was to preach. I had prepared my sermon at 8. I prepared it single-handedly at that. So I prepared my sermon, and also we were to have our final rehearsals that Friday, and so I was already late because I slept off. So I woke up and tried to respond to my friend, after waking me up, but I couldn't. Not because I did not want to, but I just could not. So I realized that instead of, I was trying to make her words, like talk to her normally, but I was saying things like, baby, blah, blah, blah. So in my mind, I'm like, I really haven't woken up. I tried to calm down, I tried to speak again, and then I realized, oh yeah, I had gone dumb. So it just came to my mind, like, I didn't want to believe it at first, because this same thing that I've been doing in my mind, maybe it's just my mind playing games with me, you get, and then I was young at that, don't forget, I was 8. So I was like, this cannot be happening. After many thoughts and all, I realized, okay, this is reality. So I went to my dad's office. My dad was about to, yell at me, like, where have you been, and all of that. So he saw me crying. I was like, what's the problem? I told him, I tried to speak, I couldn't, so I just made gestures. Like, he didn't even understand until about 5 minutes later that I was trying to tell him I couldn't speak. So he was like, my dad's a pastor. He took me home. On the way home, he kept telling me to keep saying the name Jesus in my mind, to keep praying in my mind and all of that. So we got home. Trust African mothers now. My mom found out and she was like, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, mi ò bọ́mọ tí ò lè sọ̀rọ̀, ọmọ mi á sọ̀rọ̀. So my mom was already in tears, everybody were crying, rehearsals were already ongoing in church. So we stayed at home. My sister, my auntie, my mom, my brothers, everybody surrounded me. I sat down. We were all praying. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, we were praying. So my dad said, you know what, go back to your room. So I went back to my room. I sat down. I kept crying. I was like, I didn't believe I was actually dumb, because this is something that had been playing in my head for months, for weeks, for days. This is something I had rehearsed. You know when you rehearse being dumb? Now I'm coming to that. You know when you something comes to your head, you start trying it out. So I'm like, maybe this is one of those days, right? I'm not dumb, right? I felt like if I could just open my mouth and try to make out some words, like it would just come out. So I just realized I still couldn't talk. It dawned on me that, okay girl, you've gone dumb. And so many thoughts began to come to my head. So you'll never be able to sing, you'll never be able to preach. I kept crying, and then while my dad asked me to go to my room, he was in his room, he was praying, he was having fellowship with God. And God spoke to him and gave him some directions, told him what to do. Should I share? Should I not share? Should I share? Oh yeah, I'll share. So he gave him the directive to go to the church, take the church bell. So then we had this bell in church, put water in it and give it to me to drink. And so he did. And I still couldn't speak. So I went to him, he said, go back to your room. He kept praying. And then he just called me like, Praise, where are you? And the next thing I shouted was, I'm here! And then he just called me like, Praise, where are you? And the next thing I shouted was, I'm here! Guys, my dumbness did not last for 12 hours. Trust me, it didn't last long. And before you know it, I went back downstairs to do my rehearsals. Trust me now, as far I'm ashamed the devil. My voice was louder. That was even the beginning of a loud voice for me. I can't say for now. But then my voice used to be so loud after that incident. So that's the story of how I went dumb, guys. It's a very interesting story, one I barely talk about, but MLP family, I gotta tell you guys. So what's the lesson from it? Let's talk about the fact that I started giving heed to such thoughts before it finally materialized. You know, as a young girl then, I didn't understand that the mind is a battlefield. And this is one thing I've learned. Before something materializes, something like this, before you take any decision, it comes to your mind first, right? Before you go into sin also, it comes to your mind first, right? Comes as a suggestion, comes as, you know, you should watch the last 2 videos, The Devil Does Not Rape, last 3 videos rather, The Devil Does Not Rape, where I talked about your mind and how suggestions come and all of that. Please watch the video for more. Now let me just go straight to this. Before you take any decision, it starts with your mind. Now that tells us that's why I agree with the fact that the mind is a battlefield. And that tells you that how you either win or lose the battle in your mind determines how you turn out. It determines how you turn out in life. It determines how you eventually take. It forms the decisions that you take. It shapes and forms the steps and the actions that you eventually take. Because if I had won that battle in my mind, I believe strongly that I would not have to have faced it in reality. So I embraced those thoughts. I let the devil speak to me. I even practice. You see, every time I remember that I actually sat in front of a mirror to practice being dumb. Like one day I just sat in front of a mirror and I was practicing it. Every time I remember that, I get so mad at myself. But then I just have to forgive myself. Like, you were young and naive now. You didn't know anything then. So I just like, oh, okay. I didn't know anything then. But then, as an adult, there's some, if you would be frank with yourself, there are some things that you've done that have come to you as a thought at first. And then you carried it out in your mind before actually carrying it out in reality. So if you can win the battle in your mind, you will definitely win it when it finally materializes. That is if it materializes. Because if I had won that battle, trust me, it wouldn't have materialized. I strongly believe that. So when a thought comes to your mind that is contrary to God's will and God's plan for your life, you shut it down. You do what? You shut it down. If it's contrary to God's will for you, you shut it down. That's what we also talked about during the last 2 videos. To quote this scripture a lot, and by now you feel like this is my favorite scripture because I quote it in almost all of my videos. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. If you can guard your heart well, you will definitely, if you can guard your heart and mind the thoughts that comes into your heart, into your mind, if you can win battles in your mind, they would not have to materialize. When you lose the battle in your mind, then it will materialize for you negatively. If you win it in your mind, it will materialize for you positively. So mind your thoughts, mind what you think about. You cannot control the kind of thoughts that come into your mind, but you can control whether or not it stays in your mind. It's been fun sharing this particular story with you guys. I hope you learned one or two things. Please guard your mind, guard your heart, win the battles in your mind, and all of that, and all of that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you so much. Do hit the subscribe button. If you haven't, like, share with your friends. Whatever is good for you is good for them too. If you enjoyed this video, help them enjoy it as well. Do share, ask them to subscribe when they do, and God bless you. And to my VVVVVIPs, of course you all are my VVVVVIPs. For those that are watching MLP for the very first time, here's me blowing you kisses. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.